Hey guys, welcome to another SRI New Home Showcase. My name is Ainsley and today we are here at One Marina Gardens. This is a brand new, first ever residential development in Marina Gardens itself. It is a brand new township and of course it is developed by Kingsford. These guys are the developers of mega launches like your Chuan Park and Normanton Park. Now let's go meet our managing partner, Ken Low. Okay, Ken, do share with us a little bit more about what this new township in this downtown part of Singapore, what does it mean for buyers out there?
I think One Marina Gardens is more than just a residential development.
Okay.
When I look at this entire picture, it actually paints a very large story across how URA has envisioned our downtown to be.
Right.
So for many decades, if you look at this portion of the picture, that's where your Marina Bay Financial Center is. Right at the back of it, for many decades, that is where we have been running our CBD.
Okay.
So that was the old CBD.
Yep, that's true.
And in the recent years, when government wanted to rejuvenate the entire CBD, they had to push and extend out their financial district.
Right.
So that's when Marina Bay Financial District was formed up.
Okay.
And that's where you have new spanking buildings of your Marina 1 and the rest all coming up in the area. So as we move further down, you can see that over the years, a brand new world-class entertainment area came up as well. That's your Marina Bay Sands.
Yeah.
And then as we move further down, you can see that over this area, that all the empty plots are actually all your white
many
sites
plots, man. Yeah.
that will eventually have all the mixed-use development. So in order for URA to complete this entire downtown, we need an area to be livable, where families would be attracted to come in to stay in. And that is where they have carved out your Marina Gardens area. And that will actually complete URA and vision of your live work playland within an area. And when you segregate both the marina areas, Marina Bay and your Marina Gardens, you can see a very distinct difference between your work area, your financial district, and your neighbourhood. And One Marina Gardens will mark the start of this new neighbourhood that's coming up. And I would like to call it a heartland within the downtown.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, so this is the first in Singapore, and I think it will be very exciting to see how it will eventually form.
Yeah.
So from here you can see all the way to the right towards the Marina Barrage area. They have lands that are slated for residential, and I can already imagine when I live here, I will start to see a 10-minute neighborhood within that precinct itself. I get to be so near a modernized financial district, which is your Marina Bay area.
Okay.
I get world-class entertainment hotspots of your MBS all the way to your Kallang Leisure, where you have your world-class concerts stuff happening.
That's true.
Right? And of course, down south, we have your Marina Bay Cruise Center, where your leisure cruise will take place. You have ferries carrying you to islands in Indonesia as well. So I have quite a complete lifestyle that I will get in this area. And I think in future, when this place is fully formed up, it will probably be one of the most attractive heartland that people will want to live in.
Right. Wow, Ken, thanks for that amazing explanation. I think it's very exciting to be looking at this blank canvas and seeing how it's going to be transformed over the years in this first ever residential township in Marina itself. So Ken, earlier on you mentioned about a 10 minutes neighborhood. What is it going to, entail for buyers out there? I mean, tell me a little bit more.
It's exactly the same as what we will experience in our heartlands, where within 10 minutes, URA wants residents within Marina Gardens to reach to all the basic necessities that they would need in their lifestyle.
Right.
So for example, your eateries, your clinic, your dental clinics, your parks, all the way to your enrichment centers and stuff. So all this will form up within Marina Gardens as the township continues to progress.
So early on we saw that it was all a green patch right now. How is URA going to ensure that this is going to happen?
So they have deliberately planned out the entire flow and structure of this neighborhood. If you look at this map itself, this is where One Marina Gardens is.
Yeah.
So in future, there will be more plots that will be coming up in this whole township area. One Marina Gardens will be one of the few plots that is located next to the MRT station.
Right.
So we are seamlessly connected to Marina South MRT station that's underground. And in future, the plots that are running upwards are actually the same usage as One Marina Gardens, where you have residential on the top and then commercial below story, right? So as we move here, what they are trying to create is a neighborhood street where you have residents coming down, they get access to the shops and the dining options around here. They get access to the MRT. As they walk down this neighborhood street, they get to access different developments,
Right.
retail options as well.
Right.
So over here, they created a main artery, which is what we call the pedestrian mall. And this is something that is really interesting to me because we already have a neighborhood street where you walk and get access to amenities. This pedestrian mall is seamless. That means you don't walk through roads. On the surface level, you will then be walking through malls that are along these white sites that were built up eventually. Right, so if you look at this photo over here with the courtyard and the walkway, you
Right.
can walk through and it reminds you of the old Orchard Road,
Right.
right? Where you walk through and malls are just on the left and right.
Okay.
Right, so how it's different from the neighborhood street is we only have retail and F&B options on level 1.
Yep.
Over here, because they are white sites, you will see larger retail components that are coming up.
Okay.
Right, and you will be walking through a carless street, and that's why they call it a pedestrian mall. Another part that is pretty interesting is how they have created an underground pedestrian link that is running below this pedestrian mall. So, assuming that you are coming down from Marina Gardens, you enter into the basement of Marina South MRT station.
Yep.
You will then link seamlessly in the same route underground towards all the way to Gardens by the Bay MRT station. Right? So
it kind of runs parallel, that's what you're saying.
yeah, so
Okay.
one on top and one on the bottom.
Right, okay.
And through this underground link, it is actually a stretch of 800 meters.
Okay.
You get your retail and dining options.
Even
as
more?
well. Yeah, underground.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Right, so
Very cool.
rain or shine, you have access to these malls. So you can imagine how convenient the living is when residents in One Marina Gardens get to access all these things.
Right.
And that's how they will form up that 10-minute neighborhood. We also have an elevated landscape bridge that links you seamlessly from Gardens by the Bay all the way to Marina Coastal Park
No way.
through an elevated bridge.
No way.
if you
That's
look
so
at this,
cool.
so if you look at this image, if today I want to have a family walk
Right.
to Gardens by the Bay, which is just across the road, and that is our national garden, I can then walk along the elevated landscape bridge all the way to Marina Coastal Park and enjoy another
I
park.
feel like you've got so many options here, whether is it from amenities to like nature.
And this is just a very small part of the entire
Yeah.
Greater Southern Waterfront that runs along the entire southern coast.
That's true.
Great connectivity, great livability, perfect home.
So we're standing right here at the Model 1 Marina Gardens, and I must say it looks super impressive. It looks like something out of the future. We're going to talk to Bala and find out a little bit more about One Marina Gardens. Tell us more.
So here at the One Marina Gardens, it is envisioned to be a sky marker, poised to be the beacon of the sky, illuminating the night skies of the Marina South.
I like how you're talking about the illumination of the skies in Marina itself. You know, it's just going to match up with, Gardens by the Bay and all the other world-class attractions that we have here. So share with us a little bit more on that.
Okay, so in terms of architecture, they have drawn inspirations from living among the treetops. So if you look at the two towers, we have elevated sky decks on different intervals in both towers. So apart from the facilities on the first floor, you do have noteworthy facilities which are placed at different intervals on level 14, 34 and the 45th story, giving you a sense of living within the treetops. So secondly, if you look at the color theme chosen for the buildings, right, the curvatures of the facade gives you a very elegant and modern looking feel to withstand the time. So with this expansive landscaping, it acts as an extension to the Gardens by the Bay. So at One Marina Gardens, we have two high-rise towers, 30 stories high and 44 stories high respectively. A total of 937 units of 1 bedrooms up to 4 bedroom units, giving you very expansive views towards the pier as well as Gardens by the Bay. So apart from the residential units, on the first story, you have 3 commercial shops and a restaurant. It also comes with a childcare center of about close to 2,000 plus square feet. At One Marina Gardens, the residents are very fortunate. We have a seamless connectivity towards the Marina South MRT station, which is also located on the first floor. We are one of the very few developments to have this benefit of a direct connection to the MRT station. Okay, so on the first floor, we have 3 main pools. You have your 50-meter lap pool, you have your family pool, as well as a children's play pool. You have 3 function rooms, which are also located towards the 50-meter lap pool, which comes together with a games room as well as a kids room. So in the elevated sky gardens of both the towers, you have your sky dining, a lounge and grill. You do have your indoor and outdoor gym, as well as open spaces to give you a very good view towards the bay.
And we're going to start things off with the show unit tour right now. We do have 4 bedrooms right here at the show unit. 1, 2, 3 and 4 bedrooms to show you. So come on down to One Marina Gardens, but let's start things off with our 1 bedroom, 431 square feet. Ken, share with us more.
Right, thank you very much. So right off the bat, all units actually come with a 2.91 ceiling height. So with 2.91 meters, you hardly get that in most,
Yeah.
a lot of developments now.
Pretty generous, yeah.
Another thing to take note of is that for our entrance coming in, the corridor is actually very wide. So if you are, say, doing your prep work in the kitchen, cooking for your friends, even if they are mingling around, walking around behind you, more than enough space.
Yeah,
for
you can
everybody.
hardly feel it.
Yep. And another thing is that our living and dining, you actually have a nice segregation between the living and dining.
Okay.
Where you can actually have a nice 4-seater table as well. Right. And for myself, I love TVs.
Yeah.
If you want to put in a 55, 65-inch TV, easy peasy.
I don't think it's an issue. Yeah, very nice. Next up, let's go check out our two-bedder.
Let's go.
And so here we are at our two-bedder. This is a 2-bed, 2-bath, 667 square feet. Very good size.
Yep.
And Tasu share us a little bit more.
This is a dumbbell layout. Both bedroom comes en suite.
Oh, nice. Yep, very nice.
Right. So, of course, for own stay, you have your privacy, toilets. You don't have to share your bathrooms, right? And out of all the 2 bedrooms, 90% is actually our dumbbell layout. Okay, so where we are now, Miss Lee, we are in the living area of the dumbbell layout. Very sizable, comfortable area.
Yeah.
Right. Good width. And what I really like about the living room is this wall to my right.
What about this wall?
It's close to 2.8 meters.
Okay.
Right, that gives us ample space for a wider sofa, up to a 2 or even 2.4, 2.5 meter.
So there's
sofa.
about four seaters?
seater easily.
Okay, very
Right.
comfortable.
And also, the living dining is separated, having each of its own space. And with the dining area placement here, which is right beside our enclosable kitchen, which is also one of the highlights of this layout that really attracts me to this particular layout.
Right, so now we're at a 3-bedroom premium unit, 1238 square feet. This is actually the biggest variation of our 3-bedroom premium types. And this particular stack, there's only one stack, and it will be facing your Gardens by the Bay. So you can see here, you have a very large and wide living area with very segregated dining area as well. So with that, your spaces are really put to good use. You can put in a nice 6-seater dining table with, again, a very wide living room with a very nice TV as well. Right, so let's move on to the 4-bedroom premium unit.
And so we're here at a 4-bedroom premium. This is 1647 square feet, super big. Ken, tell us more.
Right, so this is the 4-bedroom type. We have only one stack in the whole development.
okay.
So the beauty of this unit is that our view will be the most premium view.
Right.
You'll
And
be
where's it
looking out
facing?
towards your MBS. Just to give you a rough idea of what you'll be looking at.
Yeah.
The super trees will be on the right. So
Okay,
they will
okay.
be like directly in front of you, it's going to
Nice.
see bright and white.
Nice,
right?
nice.
Yeah. So another thing is that our living and dining area, you can see it's very, very squarish, which is something that you hardly find in the market nowadays because most of the time you get a very longish kind of
Yeah.
layout. So, even if you want to have a 100-inch TV, no problem.
No problem,
Yeah,
yeah.
you have wide enough space, right? So moving on, we can go into our kitchen.
Okay.
Right, so what you get is actually a dry and wet kitchen. For the wet kitchen, you actually get this glass panel here. So what this actually does is it gives you a much wider view of the living and dining area. Aside from that, of course, it's just going to make the place a lot larger. Small things to take note of is that, like for example, your oven, it's actually installed at a very nice, comfortable height, where most you actually get it at a lower level, right? And then this kitchen is of course naturally ventilated as well. And you have a lot of prep area and storage area for your kitchen utensils as well.
So Ken, we're here in the master bedroom and I noticed that it's very big, number one. Number two is that there is a sunken kind of wardrobe that saves a lot of space.
And another thing, coming back to the view that I was talking about earlier,
Yeah.
so this curved window actually gives you that very unblocked, unparalleled view of Gardens by the Bay.
So you kind of just wake up and you kind of go to sleep
Yes.
looking at a view every single day.
This is your 24-hour TV already.
Very, very nice.
So instead, I think One Marina Gardens presents a very nice opportunity for both investors and homeowners. It's actually completing the missing puzzle that is so vital to the downtown area, right? Where there will be livability within the area. There will be a heartland, a neighbourhood within our downtown area. And I think that's so important because it will now balance up how people would live in
That makes a lot of sense.
yeah. And I think being the first within Marina Gardens, they will have a pioneering advantage. The price that they're going to buy in today is almost the same price as what you can find in your city fringe and even in the outskirts of Singapore on a higher tier, right? From 2007 plus per square foot with an average of less than 2009 per square foot. it is the price that people are already buying in some of the outlets. I believe the future plots will definitely be priced higher. So on top of that, with great views, great connectivity, great location, and being in one of the key prime areas in Singapore, your cabinet growth will be guaranteed. Your rental will have no issues as well.
And so these are the dates that you need to remember. We will be previewing from the 29th of March, that is on Saturday, all the way to the 8th of April. And of course, our consumer seminar, which will be happening right here at the sales gallery itself, will be happening on the 7th of April at 7 p.m. So once again, do contact your preferred SRI salesperson to come on by to One Marina Gardens to check it out, whether is it the preview period itself or whether is it during the consumer seminar. Either way, we look forward to seeing you right here at One Marina Gardens. And once again, my name is Ainsley.
I'm Ken.
And we'll see you guys right here at One Marina Gardens.
See you.